Another video, another day with me, your host, Zio. So, I've got this idea. I'm sure it's out there somewhere in the Ethernet. But, this is just something I haven't seen yet, and I'm wondering why, because we can, as a species, do it, but we're just kind of refusing to do it for some reason. There's this thing called the jet stream. And it's basically like a conveyor belt in the sky. It just keeps going and going and going. It's pretty neat. I think that we should use it because we could bring some, I don't know, shipping costs way down. These would be like a school bus size thing, and we're going to launch them with a giant gas gun, multi-stage gas gun, or an electromagnetic sled launcher. Because, see, the reason why this is possible is because stuff that I buy, let's just look at some stuff that I buy. I mean, admittedly, I probably wouldn't gas gun this, but this screwdriver, this could take 1,000 G's and probably be fine. There's a lot of things that we could ship, and they'd be fine shipping that. So I was thinking, why not a Continental delivery cannon? Continental delivery cannons, why not? We can use JDAM GPS, parachutes, big thing. Now this is going to be about the size of a school bus. No problem there. I mean, they did it on Endor, so why not? Alright, so how can we do this? Gas gun, multi-stage, like a centipede array, electromagnetic sled launcher. Launch from discrete points to discrete points. This opens up new delivery options. It's going to save gas and time, and the cool thing is we can use this big conveyor belt in the sky called the jet stream. So you can literally launch from one place and launch those things out to discrete points and then guide them back in. You can have a parachute on there, you can have JDAM, GPS guidance, big blinking red light, multiple fins to guide it in, and they're reusable, and you can launch them in one place and launch them all over. Just be like going around the world, you know. Here we got a launch site, here it goes up, and then it glides back down. I'm surprised SpaceX hasn't done this. I'm surprised Amazon isn't building these things yet. I'm shocked that these are not in service yet. I think they should be. This is just going to be one of those quick blurbs that I put out there, you know, like just why not, why not, why not, why not, why not, why not, why not. There's so many reasons why we should. You know, it's going to open up brand new shipping lanes that never existed before. I mean, this is literally something that if somebody with a few $1 billion that they wanted to invest in a new delivery service, man, it wouldn't be that hard to get FAA clearance to be able to shoot things on a track through the sky over and over and over again. All day and all night, just things going across the sky. And what's nice is you can do it with an electromagnetic launcher. Things that can withstand thousands of G's and are lightweight enough to really warrant this kind of thing. I mean, there's all kinds of delivery options and potentials. And admittedly, this is just the big stuff. And it goes all the way down to the little stuff. I mean, why are we using trucks and trains for everything? Why are we using ships for everything? Admittedly, some things are heavy. But there's a lot of things that fit that narrow gap where it's like expensive electronics or overnight delivery across the globe. I mean, there's so many things that you could use this for, and I'm shocked that I don't see it in service already. I'm just amazed that these aren't already being launched today, because the technology for an electromagnetic launcher, not that hard. The technology for a gas gun launcher, not that hard. JDAM and GPS and fin tracking and parachutes and pop-out fins and all this stuff, it's not that hard. I mean, is it rocket science? Yes, it is rocket science. It's the next level. It's like fringe stuff. But you could do it. It wouldn't be that hard. And what's nice is it's going to open up new lanes. Now, admittedly, do we want these things, you know, going from maybe we just inter-country to begin with, but then eventually we're going to get comfortable with the technology, and you're going to have situations where you can launch them pretty much anywhere on the globe, and it can be a little hop. Would you ever launch people like this? Nah, maybe eventually, but let's start talking about, you know, it's going to be hundreds to thousands of G's worth of force possibly during the electromagnetic sled launch. Gas gun, a little bit safer, maybe 500 G's, but it's still going to be pretty hardcore. You're gonna be delivering things. But if you can imagine just a row of these things in the sky, you literally just launch them in like cartridges. What's nice is you shoot them high enough and get them into the jet stream, and the jet stream carries them all the way. It just, I mean, you get them high enough, you can literally launch them anywhere on the planet. Once again, I mean, that would be an eventual thing. I mean, we're talking like ballistic missile type guidance kind of thing, so you probably wouldn't want them to go that high. But let's just say you want them to go, you know, state to state. You could do a state to state transfer. You could do a couple states over. Why not? It would be cheap and pretty easy to do. Primary state shipping of goods, point to point, hours, not days, coast to coast. You can use natural gas guns. So wherever you have a natural gas gun site, how about a cogeneration plant? You can have a cogeneration plant where you've got gas available and you've got unlimited power. So any cogeneration plant anywhere in the world, you can set up one of these launchers. Now, you're going to have discrete lanes and stuff that you can aim into, but it would open up brand new delivery options where none existed before. You can go state to state, coast to coast, country to country. You can shoot them up into this great thing called the jet stream. It just goes round and round and round around the planet, and it's just like this great thing that if we shoot these things into. Now, is the technology difficult? Well, we got GPS, very, very accurate GPS. Now, we got JDAM technology, not too hard to do. And we've got guidance system. This technology is not beyond, you know, this is simpler than a jet. I mean, a jet you have to like, you know, you've got people in it and it's a big pain because it's this big giant thing. These things can be aerodynamic. These can be very, very strong. And of course have primary and secondary safety systems built in. So they'd never really fall on anybody. But the size I'm thinking like, can we do something the size of a school bus, like a shipping container? Would it be cool if this was big enough to stick one shipping container, just one, inside? Now, would that be worth it? Well, yeah, if you're using basically no gas, I mean, other than the gas gun itself, multi-stage gas gun. So wherever you have a cogeneration site where you have natural gas and you have all that electricity, why not use it? Why not use it to shoot shipping containers all over the planet? I mean, why not? I mean, this could be a brand new type of shipping container where, you know, inside you're going to have a skeletal web work inside or something to hold it in place so you don't lose structural integrity while it's flying. But I think with load distribution and if you load it properly in the launch zones, you could pretty much have that. And I think it'd be kind of cool to be able to launch stuff, you know, just on a glide. You go, foomp, and it's up, and it just keeps going. Could you go all the way across the Atlantic? Of course you could. You know, I mean, if we can go to space, we're not even talking about going to space. We're talking about like almost that high, not even that fast. We don't have to break Earth's, you know, gravity and send something into orbit. We just have to send it across the country or across the state. I think it's kind of cool. I mean, you could launch stuff at Cape Canaveral. Boom! I mean, look at that. We could just start launching these shipping containers worth of stuff. I mean, wouldn't that be cool? Now, when you talk about fast parts that have to be there now and people don't mind paying, I think it's another avenue. SpaceX, I think Amazon, I think all these shipping companies are just looking for the next big thing. This is going to be the next big thing because it's going to be that. This is going to be great. Look at this thing. Gas guns. You know, a whole bunch of stuff can survive high G-forces. Why not use it? Why not have faster deliveries coast to coast, faster deliveries state to state, where you don't have to use trucks or trains or jets? It's one more layer where you can get, I don't know, aerospace parts. I mean, wouldn't it be cool to be sending aerospace parts from California to Florida? Just boom, and they go boom, boom, boom. And these things, they can fire pretty fast. I mean, quite literally be like boom, 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 boom. You would have like a row would be like just a line of them just all across the sky, you know, all blinking across the sky. I think it'd be cool. It's a vision I have on how to get low cost shipping, and eventually you're going to reach this balance where you have enough facilities, enough receiving facilities, enough infrastructure built up to support these types of vehicles to where it becomes a common thing. So I think it's the future because you have a contactless delivery essentially. You know, you launch it here, you use JDAM's guidance, and it lands somewhere else. And then you unpack it and do it again. Maybe you shoot it back. I mean, if you could just keep on going with the jet stream all the way around the planet, you'd have this really cool kind of thing. I mean, like I said, maybe intercountry would be best, but Continental delivery cannons, let's do it. I mean, come on, what's faster than that? Nothing. It'd be great. Now I need to send you my car. Catch! That'd be awesome. And besides, it could make for some really neat logistics. How soon do you need it? I can have it to you there in an hour. Where's it coming from? It's coming from Oregon. Yeah, I know. You're going to Texas, huh? All right, well, they'll be there in like an hour or two. Wouldn't that be cool? I mean, just how fast could that be? I mean, maybe 700 miles an hour, that would still be... Wow, the hang time on that would be pretty crazy. Either way, I'm Zio! I hope you're watching these. I hope you're, like, learning along with what I'm doing, and you can see the potential of something, admittedly, next generation. There'd have to be a lot of trust, but I think that there's corporations like Amazon, there's corporations like SpaceX, that we have a lot of trust with stuff launching over our heads, and I think that it could be another channel, you know, kind of like the Hyperloop, but this is even hyper. Maybe the Hyperloop will be this, but on the ground, where we have control of it. A little bit better? I don't know. I think it's going to run into logistical problems with the Hyperloop. I mean, we have trains, but Hyperloops are a little bit different. You know, you're talking like, we'll have to see if that works. In the meantime, though, we can do this. Because you don't have to build an infrastructure as much. You don't have to build tracks. You know, vacuum evacuated tracks. You just build these things. You could send... I don't know why you'd want to send ice cream, but you could send ice cream faster than it would melt from one coast to the other coast, perhaps. Several hundred miles, or even thousands of miles an hour. Faster than any plane. Yeah, I could see that. Well, I hope you can see it too. I hope you like the video. Thumb it a like. Tell your friends. Tell your aerodynamic engineers that like to watch this kind of stuff and go, what is he talking about? Yeah, we could do that. Totally. We can totally do this. Let's do it. Come on. Anyways, I'm Zio205IQ. I think it's a great idea. We should get out there as quick as possible. Amazon, SpaceX, let's get on this. Come on, let's get it. I want to see it. I want to see it tomorrow, you know? Or at least next year. Come on. Anyways, talk to you later.